Hey, friends, welcome and thank you for joining me. I'm John LaCroix, the owner and race director of the Human Potential Running Series, or HPRS for short. If this is your first HPRS race, welcome to the family. We are one of Colorado's largest trail and ultramarathon running series and one of the largest ultra series in the United States. We hosted 13 in-person events this year with events across Colorado and one in Texas. You can learn more at our website, www.humanpotentialrunning.com. This is the official pre-race meeting for the 2025 Sawmill Trail Runs, the 8th annual edition happening this Saturday, December 6th in Pine, Colorado at Staunton State Park. This meeting is required viewing for all participants and is designed to help you show up fully informed and prepared. We begin by acknowledging that this race takes place on the traditional lands of the Ute and Cheyenne peoples. As stewards of these lands, we encourage you to learn more about these peoples and their history through links on our website. If you're tuning in and haven't yet registered, online registration closes Tuesday night, December 2nd at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time, with race day signups available as space allows. T-shirt and awards cutoffs have passed. Those registering after November 24th, you might miss out on a race shirt, but we should have plenty of awards available. So I should have plenty of awards available for all finishers at the event. Anybody registering at this time, anybody who's registered after November 24th, you should be all set. But those of you who have registered after November 24th, I cannot guarantee you a T-shirt. Here's what we'll be covering in this meeting. It's everything you need to finalize your race prep. If you have questions, please shoot me an email. I'm happy to help. And of course, your best resources are the pre-race informational email, which is where you found this video, the runner's guide, and the Google Drive, and this race's page on our website. Please use these tools. This meeting is meant to enhance what you've already read therein. Well, let's talk safety. At HPRS, we treat every participant like an adult. Trail and ultra races are extreme events. Yes, even the 8 mile at the Sawmill Trail Runs. No matter the distance, you're stepping into an environment where you are responsible for your safety. I can't guarantee your well-being, but I can help manage risk. What I ask of you in return is accountability. Read the runner's guide. Bring the right gear. Know the course. Expect mountain weather. You need to be self-sufficient. There are no volunteers on every corner like in a road race. Headlamp, extra batteries, rain gear. A $2 poncho can be a lifesaver. So can common sense. And please remember, DNF doesn't mean did not finish. It means did nothing fatal. You do not need to prove anything out there. If something feels off, it's okay to stop. We don't post DNF results. We don't even post did not start results. So if you're done, it's like you were never there. Sometimes the mountain wins. That doesn't mean you lost. Please stay on course if injured. Tell a runner to communicate your situation to the next aid station. Depending on the circumstances, we'll send a hasty crew to you. Don't go bushwhacking to a road or a different trail. That makes things harder for everyone. And friends, please know that if something happens to you on a course and you are injured, we are not going to appear right away. It's going to take us some time to get to you. If we do send a hasty crew, that's going to be 2 volunteers, 2 runners that are going to head in to find you so that they can do an initial assessment while we begin to look for what other resources we need to be able to respond to you appropriately. So even if you roll your ankle, it could be 30 minutes before we get to you, maybe longer. So please be mindful of that. Also, let your family know where you'll be and that there's no live tracking. If they want to help, we always need volunteers, and volunteering is the best way to see you at the event. At HPRS, we take personal accountability seriously. We expect that you've read the runner guide and race email. If someone shows up unprepared, we may refuse service. That's not because we're mean. It's to keep you, our volunteers, and this series safe and sustainable. I recently sent out the pre-race email to all registered runners. If you haven't read it yet, please do. Let's take a look at what that looks like. First, again, you can head to our website, www.humanpotentialrunning.com. Under the events tab, Sawmill's there. Click on that. It'll bring you here to the race website. All the information that you need for the event, the basic info is here, including links to everything we're about to talk about. Primarily here, what I want to highlight to you is right here. This is a link. If you just click on this, it's a little drop-down menu, and then you click here, and it will bring you to the Runner's Drive. So again, here in the Runner's Drive, we've got, let's see what we've got here. We've got the runner guide. We've got our emergency action plan, which tells you exactly how we're going to respond in the event of an emergency. We have our responsibilities of the runner document that details what we believe to be your responsibilities when running with us and pretty much anybody else, really. Our runner navigation document, that's to help you self-navigate on the course using CalTopo, Colorado Trails Explorer, or Gaia GPS apps on your phone. We also have historical finisher data, so you can see pretty much where everybody finishes. Average finish times for each year is available there. We have a Google map of the course, aid station, chart, elevation profiles, and a map of the course that you can print out. You can download, print it out, and bring it with you. Also, I want to highlight here the GPX folder. If you click on that, here is a GPX file for all 3 of the courses associated with the event. You can download these, upload them to your device so you can self-navigate that way as well. So all of this is in the runner's Google Drive. Friends, it's on you to come prepared. That means reading the race email, checking the runner guide, and showing up with the knowledge and gear to help keep yourself safe and successful out there. I want to be clear, we do reserve the right to turn away anyone who shows up underprepared. Again, it's not about being harsh, it's about protecting you, our volunteers and staff, and the long-term sustainability of this series. So do the homework, be ready, respect the mountain and the miles. Now, let's quickly hit on some core logistics for the weekend. First one's going to be parking. This is probably the most important thing that you need to hear in this meeting. So let's talk about it. First of all, 50K runners, those of you in the 50K, there's about 60 of you. Only those who help shuttle other runners into the event will be afforded the opportunity to park at the start-finish line. And again, this is for 50K runners only. This does not apply to those in the 16-mile or the 8-mile. 50K runners only. Those of you who help shuttle other runners into the event will be afforded the opportunity to park near the start-finish line. If you have a vehicle that can seat 3 runners in addition to yourself, we encourage you to pick 3 runners up at the park and ride on your way into the event. Your vehicle with 4 registered runners present will then be allowed to park at the start-finish area. Vehicles without 4 registered runners within will be turned away at the gate and required to park at the park and ride discussed in the in this meeting and also in the runner guide and the pre-race email. There are no exceptions to these conditions. So again, that's for 50K runners. If you're going by the park and ride, stop, pick up some runners, bring them in with you. If it's you and 3 other runners in your car, we're going to let you in. You're going to park at near the start-finish area. Otherwise, you're going to get turned around and sent back to the park and ride. All right, so everyone else, that would be everybody in the 16-mile, everybody in the 8-mile, and all 50K runners who do not have 3 other runners in their vehicle with them when they arrive at the park. So everyone must park off-site. This is a condition of our permit with Staunton State Park. We are going to have staff at the state park check-in station. They will be manning that station all morning long. They have the authority to act on my behalf. So if you show up to park in the state park and you don't have what we say you need to have to be able to do that, you will be turned around and you will be instructed to go to the park and ride. So everyone must park off-site. Parking is at the US 285 and Mountain View Park and Ride. Here's a little map. It's 5 miles away. It's a 10-minute drive. You'll park there. I'll even circle it on the map here for you. So you're going to park here at the US and 285 Park and Ride. And I'm going to, let's get rid of this, bring this up. So again, here you go. Here's the Park and Ride, US and 285 Park and Ride. It's basically conifer. So again, that is right here on the map, okay? And then the state park is just over here. Okay? Pretty quick drive. This is a massive park and ride. Everybody can fit there. They can put a lot of cars in there. So everybody's going to park there. And then what's going to happen is you're going to see a sign to grab the shuttle here and possibly over here. So our shuttle drivers, they're going to come in. They're going to drive in. They'll probably drive around. They're going to pick you up. You're going to load into the car, and then they're going to take you off to the race site. All right? So again, US 285 and Mountain View Park and Ride. You'll park there and then hop into one of our volunteer shuttles. Our shuttle operation is provided by runners from within the HPRS community, just like you. They're driving their own personal vehicles from the park and ride into the park. It is a 10-minute drive one way. They will pick you up at the park and ride. They will drive you into the park. They will drop you off right at the start-finish line. And then they will drive back and get more runners. They're going to be doing out and backs from 6 a.m. until we get everybody in. Friends, we do this every year for all 8 years of our race. It works great. We're able to get everyone into the venue in a timely and orderly fashion, so long as you follow the plan. If you show up at the last minute, and I'm talking like you're at the park and ride, let's say you're in the 8 mile or 16 mile with an 8 a.m. start, and you show up at the park and ride at 7:45, you're not going to start the race on time. And I want to tell you, as a race director, I don't care if you start late. It's just running. We want to get you in there. We want to get you in there safely. We have to follow the conditions of our permit. If you start late, you start late. But give yourself some time, please. Show up at the park and ride. If you're starting at 8 a.m., I would say show up at the park and ride by at least 7:20 and give us a chance at getting everybody in there on time, okay? So don't show up at 7:45 expecting that you're going to make it to race start on time, which is a 10-minute drive, plus getting checked in, getting your bib on, and on all of the things. It's just not going to happen. So give yourself some time. Show up early. This year, we'll also have staff stationed at the state park entrance station. As I said, if you arrive at the state park expecting to park at the race site, you will have outed yourself as either having not watched this meeting or read the materials, or you believe rules don't apply to you. Our parking plan is a condition of our permits with the state park. It is non-negotiable. Of course, we are happy to accommodate race site parking for those arriving in a vehicle with a disabled veteran or Purple Heart license plate, or a handicap plate, or a visible placard in their windshield. If you are a mother who is currently breastfeeding your child and you may need to pump during the event, please do email me to explain the situation, and I will gladly add you to the list of runners allowed to park on site. You'll just give your name to our staff who will be stationed there at the entrance gate. Others who wish to request a parking exemption, please do email me with your request, and it will be entertained on a case-by-case basis. By now, you should be able to deduce which reasons are acceptable. Needing to get home to your daughter's dance recital or a child's hockey game is not a suitable reason. Also, we do have a drop-off option. You are encouraged to be dropped off by family or friends in the morning and have them come back to pick you up after you're done. There is cell service at the start-finish line. Family dropping off in the morning may not see the race start. This is a drop-and-go situation. To be clear, they will drop you off in the designated drop-off area, and then they must leave. No exceptions. If a family member is picking you up, we ask that they please pick you up from the same drop-off location. Any vehicle who enters the state park through the main entrance gate are subject to all park visitation fees in accordance with park regulations is solely the responsibility of the driver. And again, folks, this here on the screen, this is the main entrance right here to Staunton State Park. So as you're coming into the park, the drop off here is before the main entrance gate. This here is not race parking. This is the main trailhead parking lot for the state park. It's a parking lot for the visitor center. We are not permitted to park vehicles there for the event. The start finish line is about a quarter mile up the hill from here. So again, if you are being dropped off, you're going to be dropped off before the entrance gate. There's going to be a sign out here that signifies this is the drop-off location. They'll turn you in, they'll drop you off, you'll get out, and you're going to start walking uphill about a quarter mile to the start-finish line. Right? Awesome. I hope that's clear. I think it is. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, if you're somebody, you're looking for an exception, send me an email. Again, my exceptions are pretty much going to be if you've got a disabled veteran or Purple Heart plate on your vehicle, come on in. If you've got a handicap plate on your vehicle, I'm going to let you come in. If you've got a handicap placard, I'm going to let you come in. If you're a mother, a recent mother who is breastfeeding and you might need to breast pump during the race or while you're here, please send me an email, ask for an exception. I'll add you to the list of the names. It's like entering the club, I know. We're just going to be entering the club here. Yeah. Come on down to the club. Send me an email. I'll put you on the list and you can come in. Everybody else, you got to park at the park and ride. Please don't make it more difficult than it needs to be. All right. Moving on. Check-in. Hey, check-in is on race morning. We're going to start at 6 in the morning at the start-finish line. We'll go all the way until 8 o'clock, probably 8:15 for stragglers. We want to get everybody checked in. But this is the only runner check-in. It is on race morning right before the race start. There is no check-in on Friday or any other day or anywhere else at any running store or anywhere. Race site, race morning, 6 to 8 a.m. Come on in. We'll take care of you. Start times. Again, the 50K starts at 7 a.m. The 8 and 16 miles starts at 8 a.m. Do you need extra time? Are you in the 8 mile and the 60 or the 16 mile? And you're just like, you're worried about the cutoffs. You need a little more time. You can start at 7 with the 50K. Please come early. Get yourselves in the park, set up, ready to go. Please note that these are the only two start times we're going to entertain. You're either starting at 7 or 8. We're not starting people at 7:26 or 7:37 or any other time. It's 7 or 8. We're going to start you in those waves. So if you're in the 8 or 16 mile and you need more time, you can start at 7 o'clock with the 50K runners. Please just come early, show on up, follow all the same rules and procedures. We'll get you in, we'll get you started, and off you go. This is where if you're somebody that you've got that dance recital or the hockey game that you need to get to later in the day and you want to take off a little bit early so you can get there, this start time's for you. So again, if you need a little more time, you want to end early, you want to be done, come on out and start early. Friends, it's running. It's a hobby. I don't know if you know this, but Sawmill Trail Runs is not an Olympic or Boston Marathon qualifier. Let's just come out and have a great day in the woods together. That's how we jam at HPRS. Come on out a little early. We'll get you started at 7 if you need it. Okay, this one's important and also kind of gross. Please no lube chips. Now, what are lube chips, you might be wondering? A lube chip is when somebody comes into the aid station and they dive their hand into the lube, the Vaseline, the chamois butter, whatever it is, and they rub it all over their bits or butts. And then next thing you know, you see them using the same damn hand to grab potato chips, M&Ms, pretzels, or whatever without having washed their hands. It's great.
I'm going to come.
So if you've lubed up your hands and they're a bit slippery, do not dive it into the communal aid station food bowls. Friends, our aid station self-serve is okay, but if your hands are messy, please ask a volunteer to help you. They have scoops, they have tongs. They're able to grab food in a scoop or tong and put it into your hands for you. Let's keep things sanitary for everyone. Colorado weather is unpredictable, especially in the mountains. We are in a very fluid weather pattern throughout the week leading into the race. Please pay attention to the forecast and plan accordingly. Right now, this is about as great a forecast as we've had in a really long time for Sawmill Trail Runs. This is a warm day. That's a warm morning at 27 degrees. In some years, we've had start time temps of minus 13 at this race. A high of 48 is a beautiful day. Sunny, beautiful day. It looks like we could have some gusty winds coming through. It's a southerly wind, though, so we got that in our favor. Saturday night, going back down to 27 degrees. Mostly clear, breezy. Moon's coming up at 6:24. Probably all of you will be done by then. Sunrise is at 7:07 a.m., setting at 4:37 p.m. Friends, I know some of you are like, what are the trail conditions? Heading into today, the trail conditions have been great. It has not snowed here in the Front Range until last night. And I do not believe that the park picked up any accumulation out of the storm that came through. I didn't even get an inch here at my house in the Denver metro area. The race site is a little bit up the hill, but there are a number of weather disturbances moving through the area throughout this week. They could drop anywhere from a ½ inch to 3 inches of snow on their way through. There's 2 or 3 of those moving through. As of this weekend, there was no snow on the course. It was dirt. But we are expecting that, of course, this weekend there will be a little bit of snow on the ground. I don't think it'll be more than 3 inches. At 48 degrees, it's going to melt in the sunny areas. So any areas on the course that sees the sun, it's going to be dirt. That Mason Creek Trail, so that would be the last, 2.5 miles of the course for all races. So the 8 mile, that's your loop. 16 mile, that's your second loop. 50K, that's your third loop. The last 2.5 miles of all races is on the Mason Creek Trail. And that trail is notorious for being incredibly icy. Now, here's the thing. We haven't even had rain in the Front Range in many, many weeks. I'm not expecting that there's going to be a ton of ice out there on Mason Creek Trail this year. However, if it's something that you're worried about, put the micro spikes, the yak tracks, or wear a pair of screw shoes, whatever you're most confident with in the event that there's icy conditions so that you have some traction. These devices weigh nothing. Put them in your bag. Bring them with you. If you get to a spot, it looks dicey, put the traction on. If you run the whole race never needing them, you literally carried 12 ounces. It's not a big deal, right? Take care of yourself. Be prepared. I'm not going to tell you if you should wear it or not. I'm telling you, you should bring it in case you do. We had 2 injuries last year at the race. One was a dislocated finger. Another was a runner who broke his ankle in 3 places. Both of those runners did not bring any traction. Do with that information as you will. But that's what we got. It's going to be a beautiful day. Perfect day for running at this event. Not a ton of snow on a course. I'm not expecting a ton of ice. We could have flurries during the race. Who knows? Be prepared. Follow the weather forecast. The weather forecast could change. I'm recording this Saturday, November 29th. We're 7 days out. This is the forecast for next Saturday. That forecast could change 3 times between now and then. So please do continue to monitor the forecast and plan accordingly. Everyone is welcome to have a drop bag at the start finish for this event. A few tips for you. It's going to be cold in the morning. Wear whatever you need to stay warm prior to race start, right? So show up. Maybe you got your, puffy pants, puffy coat, whatever it is you need to stay warm. Get into the shuttle vehicle wearing your warm clothes. Ride into the race site. Our shuttle drivers have been instructed in the morning that they are not to blast the heat in their vehicle. We do not want you to get super hot inside of a car and then step out into 27-degree weather. So, but what you'll do is right before we're ready to start the race, right before you're ready to go, you'll just strip off the clothes that you don't intend to run in, throw them into your drop bag. and leave it there at the start-finish line. Once you finish, those clothes and any other clothes you may need will be in that bag at the finish line waiting for you. Please do label your bag with your bib number and the race that you're in. I will be posting bib numbers on Wednesday. You can also use that drop bag for food, socks, sunscreen, lube, a headlamp, and yes, even a toothbrush. If you're in the 50K, brushing your teeth mid-race is magical. Please don't leave valuables inside. We are not responsible for lost or stolen items. While we don't intend to touch your drop bags, in the event they need to be moved, chances are high that bags will not be treated like fine china. Anything left behind gets donated or terminated. Please don't leave your drop bag behind. Pick it up, bring it home with you. Otherwise, it's terminated by probably 6 o'clock that night. You never see it again. All right, crews are not allowed for this event. In terms of trail and ultramarathon running, crews are typically only allowed for events 50 miles in length or longer. That is the standard. So crews are not allowed for this event. Spectators are also not allowed for this event. Please respect the land managers. This is state park property. We are allowed to use the park for our event with special permission from the state park. We, as a condition of our permit, as I said, we got to park everybody off site, get everybody in, having family, friends, and everything come on out to the race. It really does look poorly on our organization based on the conditions in our permit. So please, we do not encourage spectators coming out. Also, there's no live tracking, and please don't ask volunteers where your runner is. We need their attention on safety and tracking, not fielding questions. Also, pacers are only for runners age 60 or older. You may have a pacer at any time. They're going to need to sign a pacer waiver and pick up a pacer bib. A reminder that anybody who does show up to the event, crew, spectator, pacer, family, friends, they are an extension of the runner, and any violations could equal runner disqualification. Please be sure that your people know the rules. No dogs. No dogs. Not on course. Not at camp. Not in your car. Not at the park and ride. Not at check-in. Not at the start-finish. Not anywhere. It's a hard no. We love your furry pals, but they're a safety issue and our insurance does not cover incidents involving them. So please, no dogs.
Do not come.
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
Sorry, friends, we actually don't need more cowbell. I know, it's kind of a trail running thing, but HPRS, we've chosen to go a different route for a few important reasons. First, we share these spaces with wildlife. Sudden, repetitive noise like cowbells can cause unnecessary stress to the animals who call these areas home. Second, many of our races happen near private residences or small local businesses. We want to be good neighbors and respectful guests on the land. And finally, and most importantly, we strive to create an inclusive environment for all runners. Some of our participants and crew members are neurodivergent, and loud, jarring sounds like cowbells can be overwhelming or even triggering. We're all about cheering, clapping, hooting and hollering in ways that lift each other up, just without the bells. Thanks for helping us keep the vibe strong and the volume respectful.
Do not come.
All right. Just so everybody knows, we're going to do a little bit of a course preview here at the end of the meeting for those of you who are interested in that. Right now, I'm going to show you all of the accoutrements, the things that you're going to get. First, a reminder that our races are all cupless. That means we don't have paper cups or anything at the aid station. You're going to need to bring a collapsible cup. If you don't have one of these, we will be selling them at the start-finish line. They are $10. When you check in on race morning, all that you're going to get on race morning is your bib. That's it. Bear with me. When you check in, you'll receive your bib. All right? So let's take a look at them. Those of you in the 8 mile, you're rocking gray. Bib number's 300 and up. Those in the 16 mile, you've got an ombre bluish green, very wintry. Your number is 100 into the 200s. And then the 50K, you're rocking this green. You're in the single digits. The quote, we always put a quote on our bibs. The quote for this race is, go ahead, brake. That's where the light gets in. Go ahead, brake. That's where the light gets in. Also, on the back of your bibs is, for those of you who are bib collectors, I'm one of those folks. I have every bib I've ever worn. On the back here is a way for you to journal your race, leave some notes, for you to recall your day. That's available to you. Those are on your bibs. Then you're going to go run the race. And then when you finish the race, as long as we have enough, and we should, everybody's going to get a finisher's medal. These are from our friends at Ragged Cuts in Connecticut. It's a 3D wooden race medal of the race logo. Very cool. You're going to get one of these. Then you will get your swag. Your swag will include a drawstring bag. It'll either be red or purple. Not sure what color we've got open right now. You're also going to have a sample of chamois butter lube that will be in there for you. Oh, there is another thing you'll get at check-in if you want it. Got a couple things here. You're also going to have a die-cut HPRS logo sticker and a die-cut Sawmill Trail Runs sticker. Says winter is coming on there. All right, also when you finish, if you'd like, you can grab your Race Reflections race log here. It's free. Grab it if you want. You don't have to. It's just a journal. You can journal your entire journey up into and through the race if you'd like. That's available to you. I'd love for you to be able to engage with that. All right, I wanted to mention that at check-in, we're also going to have these little red wristbands. I'm going to go over these in a second, okay? Also, at the race, if you see me, I will have a bunch of these stickers. No one cares about your Strava. These stickers are free. All you got to do, come on up to me, introduce yourself, say, hi, I'm whoever. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm going to thank you for coming. You're going to say, can I get one of those stickers? I'm going to say, absolutely. And I'm going to hand you one of these and off you go. I will litter the world with these. If you are offended by this, you have come to the wrong series. It's just running, friends. No one cares. Not even mom, I swear. Mom doesn't even know what she's looking at reading. Okay, so that's at the finish line. Your swag, your medal, your swag, your shirt, all of that at the end. You'll get it, and then you'll get back in a shuttle vehicle, and they'll take you back to your car. Nobody's going to get stranded. Shuttles are running all day long, around the clock. We got you. So you'll finish. So you'll show up. You'll get your bib, take a red wristband. I'll tell you what that is in a second. When you finish, you get your award. You get your swag bag with your stuff in it and your shirt, and off you go. It works great. All right, let's talk about, let's see, at HPRS, we don't have podiums. There's no first, second, or third place. There's no age group trophies. It's not that we don't value performance. We just value people more. Your story belongs here whether you finish first, last, or not at all. The goal isn't the finish line. It's discovering who you are along the way. Some people build races to crown champions. I build them to reveal character. Whether you come in first or last, everyone gets the same finisher's award. That's the tradition in old school trail and ultra running, and we honor it here. All finishers are equals. Unless, of course, you come in dead fucking last. And let's talk about dead fucking last. That's right. It's a position we actually celebrate. Because the person who finishes DFL, they spent the most time on their feet, dug the deepest, and showed the greatest perseverance to see it through. If that's you, you'll get your finisher's award as well as the special trophy, special DFL trophy. This is the one for the 8 mile. We also have one for the 16 mile and the 50K. It comes with this trophy and a comp entry to a future HPRS race of your choice. Something a little more sacred, of course, that's our red wristbands. This one isn't about finish time at all. It's about how you showed up out there. These wristbands are for you to gift to your fellow runners or our volunteers. It's for the folks who embody what HPRS stands for: compassionate support, helping others, lifting the community, leaving the trail better than you found it, volunteering, or simply being that person whose kindness or grit left a mark on someone's race. Usually, we may never know who we impacted, but this is your chance to make sure someone knows that they mattered. As the wristband says, we rise together or not at all. These awards aren't about glory, they're about character, and we're proud to celebrate the kind of people who make this community what it is. A huge thanks to our partners, El Dorado Natural Spring Water. They've been our hydration sponsor since 2014, since our very first race. The water that we bring to the race this weekend will be compliments of El Dorado Natural. I can't thank them enough for their support over the years. Also, Chamois Butter, some of your swag, again, is thanks to them. We'll also have their product at the aid station throughout if you need it. We appreciate their continued support. Oh, and also Goo. The electrolyte drink on course will be Goo Roctane. Again, if you folks have any questions, race website, runner guide, runner's Google Drive, pre-race informational email, this meeting. If you still can't find it, send me an email. Happy to answer. Love to help you out. Don't be shy. I'm going to host a brief course preview here in a minute for those of you who want to know how the course works. You need a little more information about that. I'm happy to help. Otherwise, that's everything that I had to cover. Friends, don't forget to check out our next 3 races. You can find full details on our website. Again, that's going to be www.humanpotentialrunning.com. Our next race is actually in El Paso, Texas. That's the Franklin Mountains Trail Runs, January 24th through 25th, 2026, down at Franklin Mountains State Park in El Paso, Texas. Come on down. It's a great time. We love running in the desert every year in January. This will actually be our final time hosting this event as the owners and race directors of Franklin Mountains Trail Runners. We're going to pass the duty on to somebody else to continue that tradition into the future. So we'd absolutely love for you to come on down and join us for this year's event, our last time being the owner and host. We're going to have a King and Queen of the Mountain event on Saturday, as well as a 30K, 55K, and a 12-hour. And then on Sunday, we have a 5K, 10K, and half marathon. And then we race again here in Colorado, February 21st and 22nd in Colorado Springs at Cheyenne Mountain State Park for Stories Trail Runs. And then we're off until May when we return to Mueller State Park and Divide for Endure. Folks, our big Reg Fest celebration is coming up on Sunday, December 7th. Registration for Franklin's and Stories is currently open. Registration for the remainder of our 2026 events, including Endure and all of those after it, will open on December 1st. That's this week. And then on Sunday, December 7th, between 5 and 10 p.m. Mountain Time, you can save 20% off all HPRS race registrations during that time in our annual Reg Fest event. It is our huge registration event. We'd love to have you participate. Be on the lookout for newsletters that are coming out, information on our website and elsewhere. We'd love to have you be a part of Reg Fest. Sign up for some more races. We'd love to have you again. All right, if you're not sticking around for the course preview, thanks again for joining me, for being part of the community, and for showing up to do something incredible this weekend. We'll see you out there. For those of you who need a little bit more info, let's pop in here. A little bit of a course preview. We're going to use Caltopo for this. So let me get rid of that. And here's our website. Hells yeah. So over here, if you haven't used Caltopo before, I love Caltopo. This is just one of the best sites. Let me see. Oh, well, whatever. Let's so over here we've got these routes and there's these little boxes, and we're gonna deselect the ones. I'm going to start with the 8 mile. So as you can see here, the only loop now on our screen is this 8 mile loop. Now, friends, I always like to add a little bit of a, whoop, one's fine. Let's get some shaded relief in here. You guys can see the, there you go. Now we're talking. You can see the mountain. All right, so this is the 8 mile loop. It will be marked with red ribbon. It is a clockwise loop. Let me get my painter on. So again, the start finish line is here. That is the Ranchian Group picnic area. That's where we're going to be at. And you're going to head out on this pretty mellow trail. It's wide enough for one of the park's track chairs, which is a wheelchair that can go on trails. And you're going to head all the way out here along this trail to what we call Buzzsaw Junction. That is not an official name of a place within the state park. That is what we call it. So that is Buzzsaw Junction. You're going to come to this big trail junction, and when you get here, you're going to turn right. And you're going to start going uphill on the Old Mill Trail. That's going to take you by the old sawmill that's out there. When you get up to the top of the mountainous plateau up here, you're going to continue to bear right, and you're going to come around up to these overlooks out here. And there's actually 3 of these overlooks where you could stop and get some beautiful pictures looking south towards Pikes Peak, Lost Creek Wilderness, Kenosha Mountains. Beautiful view. And then you're going to continue around this loop in the clockwise direction. Again, from here in, this is your Mason Creek loop, where it can sometimes be a little icy in there. So when I was talking about the possibility of traction, that's the place when you would possibly need some traction. Also, folks, if you're texting your loved ones, once you dip down here into the Mason Creek area, you're going to lose cell service completely. You're going to be in a dead zone, and you're not coming out of that dead zone until you're about a half mile from the finish. And I've had family members panic in years past that their loved one was texting them, and then all of a sudden they stopped texting. Yeah, because they're running in the mountains, and they lost service. Imagine that. Just so that you know. All right. So this is the 8 mile loop. If you're in the 8 mile, this is the loop that you will run. This is the full 8 miles. If you're in the 16 mile, this is your second loop. It is the final 8 miles of your race. If you're in the 50K, this is your third loop. It is also the final 8 miles of your race. So everybody runs this 8 mile loop. Everybody runs it last. It is run in the clockwise direction. Also, a little more here on this. There's like this little stock market little symbol there. If you click on that, the elevation profile will pop up on the bottom of the page. And if you drag this is on a desktop, mind you. I don't think you can do this on a phone, but if you drag your mouse, there it is, a little red dot. See it down there on the bottom on the trail going clockwise? You drag your mouse across this elevation profile, and it'll give you spot information along the route as it goes along. All right? So again, 8.12 miles. Looking at 1,593 feet of gain, the same in loss. You're between the elevations of 8,300 feet and 9,500 feet. There is no aid station on the loop. It is the finish line. So let's turn that 16 mile on. So the 16 mile here, you're going to see it's got both loops on this. But I want to tell you, your first loop is different, obviously. You folks are going to run a lollipop loop that again comes out to Buzzsaw Junction. And then you're going to run clockwise around this little triangle. And then you will run back in to the start-finish line. Then you're going to check in at the start-finish line, get what you need, and then you will head back out. And this time, you're, again, going to run that 8 mile loop, that final 8 miles, in the clockwise direction all the way around. All right? So you got a lollipop, the lollipop triangle, and that is going to be a purple flagged with purple, and then the red loop. That's how the 16-mile works. Again, I will pull up the elevation profile here and show you that if you drag your cursor along, you'll see that little purple dot. It's up there in the up near Buzzsaw. You can see it. All right. You drag your cursor across the elevation profile. It shows you what it looks like. You peek out here at 4.14 miles. And then you're going to come down Old Mill, Buzzsaw Junction, run that lollipop handle back out. And then you can turn around and come back out and run this 8-mile loop, just like I showed you. I like to resample. We get some accurate numbers here. It is shy of 16 miles. Your watch is going to say it's longer. 15 and a half miles, 3,300 feet of climb, 3,300 feet of loss. Great little course. Folks are going to love that. If you're in the 50K, here's your first loop. This is the Elk Falls Pond loop, or the Lion's Head loop. So the first thing you folks are going to do is you're going to run that. You're going to run out. You're going to run out here to Buzzsaw Junction. You're going to head left. Really confusing in that area. There's a lot going on. I'm going to zoom in so you can see it. There's a couple trails. There's a road. Pay attention. Follow the ribbons. It will be blue. And just so folks know, like, let me zoom out. You're not going to follow blue all race. So if you're in the 50K, you're going to see blue ribbons on all of this that I'm highlighting. Right? And then if you're in the 16-mile, you're going to see, actually, you are going to follow. You're going to see purple. Right? So if you're in the 50K, you're going to do that blue loop. And then when you check in, we're going to say, now you're following purple. And then after that, we're going to say, now you're following red. And so those of you in that 16-mile, same thing. You're going to follow the red around on the 8-mile. All right? So again, let's go back. Pretty rugged, this 50K loop. No snow is a godsend for you. Be happy. Again, this is all clockwise. So you're going to come into Buzzsaw Junction, take a left. You're going to climb up this hill, really cool area down in here. You're going to come all the way down to Elk Falls Pond, where we have an aid station. And then you're going to run this loop in the clockwise direction. You do not go to Elk Creek Falls. You're going to bypass that trail. But then when you get up here, you are going to head out towards Lion's Head Overlook. And you're going to run this Lion's Head loop in the clockwise direction. And then you're going to head back out and keep going around your 50K loop. You'll come back into Elk Falls Pond aid station. And now you're going to head back out the way that you came in, all the way back out to the start-finish line. You'll get aid at the start-finish. Then you're going to head back out. And you're going to run that purple loop, which is what the 16-milers use. And you're going to run that again in the clockwise direction. Come back in, check in at the start-finish, and then you're going to finish up with your 8-mile loop here. And that is the 50K course. 30.43 miles long. Oh, taking some time thinking here. 6,870 feet of climb, the same in loss. Looks like that big climb here of Lion's Head. I know some of you are going to want to skip that. Please do not. It's part of the adventure. You're welcome. And then again, if you want, you can pull up the elevation profile, drag your mouse across, and it'll show you where on the course you are as you're going along the way. All right, that's our course preview. That is our race meeting. Thank you so much for joining me for this. Looking forward to seeing everybody at the Sawmill Trail Runs this coming Saturday at Staunton State Park. Show up prepared. Give yourselves plenty of time to get shuttled in, get checked in, get you ready to go. Hopefully, this has been incredibly informative for you. I appreciate you all so very much for patronizing here with us at HPRS. Looking forward to saying hey, seeing all of you, and having a great race this weekend.
1 hour later.
Not quite, but close enough. Love you all. We'll see you this weekend at the race.